Hello, this is Greg Allison with Green Greg's coming to you with news about Russia's secret weapon to destroy any enemy, namely the United States or anybody else that they so choose to destroy. Does Russia have a secret weapon or a bevy of secret weapons to destroy any enemy? Well, they clearly have some new systems out, some new technology, and they got some old stuff, which I would be as concerned about as anything else. So we're going to get into that, guys. We're going to keep this short and brief tonight. We're going to get to the point. Let me update. This is a live show, so I am going to update right here where I can see who's in the chat room. All right, guys. Here's the dope shot. Russia's had technology. Now, they got several weapon systems that could do this. The one that I'm going to focus on and go in more detail in is their EMP super weapon, which is claimed by Russian generals when the wall fell, but they already had this technology, could put out 200,000 volts per meter on a power line. At the time, our mil-spec 188-125 had the hardening requirement like 50,000. Now I think it's up to 80-something thousand. Guys, all that's not, and here's nothing, your preps, your Faraday cages, your Faraday shields, they're not as good as you think. Your stuff that you're protecting, it may not last. It may not survive. That's a whole nother topic I need to cover. In fact, there's several topics I need to go over in this. Why is this not updated? In this litany of topics here. So I will do I'm going to do some special shows on this, guys, on various aspects. And some other things. There's a lot of news in the news right now. Guys, I didn't come on last night because I fell and twisted my knee. I twisted my knee real bad last night, and I tried to get to the emergency room. I'll tell you that story at the end. I don't want to be too long tonight, though, guys. So let's get to it. This guy, Nikolai Patrushev, he is the secretary of Russia's Security Council. He said that Russia has weapons that will destroy any enemy. Now, we're used to hearing this stuff from Medvedev all the time and Putin, but this is a new guy to pipe up and talk about this. And actually, yes, they do. They do have weapons which would destroy the United States. Now, the question is how fast and in what way? Oh, there's more than one. Now, if you want to just take one weapon and one detonation to do the job, the EMP super weapon right over, Omaha, Nebraska, maybe as far south as Kansas, could do the job. Taking out an entire national power grid. You can, Greg, I ain't gonna have. Oh, no, wait, I'm gonna show you some stuff. It could take out the entire national power grid. It won't kill anybody. No, not directly, but as a result of a total power failure, all our systems, hey, your bank account. Some people just forget this. They've already forgot about it. What all does it mean? Our military bases get most of their power from local civilian power stations, and the grid has not been adequately hardened. Guys, they make all kinds of excuses for not doing the job. I've chaired 2 power grid defense conferences. I'm involved in 2 separate power grid defense committees, and we know this very well. And we have real experts who are real scientists who study EMP, not the pseudoscientists, the EPRI and others put forward, offering excuses for why they don't need to do anything, which some of the channels owners, my brethren channels, have bought in to their line, hook, line, and sinker. Oh, don't worry, your pretty little heads, we all got it covered. Okay, if that's what you want to believe, I run with the experts in these topics, guys. Hey, we got a lot of good people in the room tonight, 73 for this hour. Appreciate that. I see Lee's in the house. Howdy, Lee. So, guys, here's the deal. I'm going to show you this in a minute, but the EMP super weapon technology could totally devastate us. I'm going to show you a little snippet of a clip of a guy who tested a home, basically a $20,000 unit they built, basically a suitcase EMP operated maybe out of a van. They only put out 35,000 volts per meter, which is under the hardened spec, mil-spec 188 to 125. Most standard, excuse me. Guess what? The hardened military facilities were penetrated. They beat them with a lower level signal, far lower than what the Russians have available. And this is why your little trash can EMP protector may not work. This guy's did it. I'm going to show you a little snip of his video. And this is why you got to take this EMP threat seriously. 9 out of 10 Americans would die from societal collapse within a year, according to the Congressional EMP Task Force. Now, who was that? You want to sweep out of cycles? EPRI tells us we got nothing to worry about. Well, the EMP Task Force actually tested stuff. They ran a lot of tests, and they know what happens to stuff. They knew what happens to stuff. EPRI just sweeps that under the rug. Actually, oh no, oh no. Yeah, right, guys. And here's another thing. We had Starfish Prime experiment. And did you know that actually radio communications were knocked out for up to 18 hours as far away as Australia? Oh, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that they don't tell you. There's also the case that the Russians did a test of 184 over Kazakhstan. I'm going to show a little bit of that tonight, too. Everybody thought, oh, well, the underground's going to be good. You put cables underground, no. Undersea cables, no. Underground cables, no. Bzzz. Snap, crackle, pop, fry. So, yeah, these guys selling these little chintzy little boxes that's going to save your home from 42 EMPs. I got some special elixir for you. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. You know how many people are bought into that? And other, look, if I wanted to make money like I get accused of all the time, that's what I'd be selling, because I'd get like $200 per sale for that. Beats hands down anything else I promote. And, given that I talk about EMP, I could sell them like hotcakes. I don't believe in that trash, okay? All right, guys. Oh, yeah, they're probably going to come after me. If they do, I'm going to fry some of their stuff just for fun, for giggles. And I'm going to come after them. I ain't got nothing to lose. I don't care. I've already lost everything. I am up to rumble. Anyway, all that said. All right, guys, we're going to go into this. How's everybody doing? Russians nuked themselves. Yeah, they did. They did, Lee. They absolutely did. Over Kazakhstan. Knuckleheads. Anyway, so they didn't know what it was going to do. And they'd heard of our Starfish Prime, but they did not. Look, people aren't believing, oh, it'll do this. No, they don't believe it until it happens. All right, guys. So I'm going to show a little snip of a video here. Yeah. I'm going to share screen. Hope I don't show too much to get me in trouble. Oh, yeah. First, this is the guy, Patrushev. He's the one saying, hey, we got a weapon to destroy. Hey, now there's other stuff that they could use. There are other weapons. Maybe I should talk about them before I do the EMP stuff. I'm concerned about the Poseidon torpedo. All right, so what's he saying here? I'm turn down here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not reading this. The heck with it. But anyway, he's the guy that made that claim. All right, guys. Here's what I want you to see. Here is what I want you to see right here. This is a briefing given a few years ago by Curtis Birnbach, and maybe I'll get him on my channel here because he knows some people I know. So I want you to hear this, guys.
This is a system that I built in 2006 as part of a cooperative research and development agreement with the U.S. Army, which, when we tested it out at Picatinny Arsenal, produced.
This was tested.
35,000 volts per meter.
Again, 35,000 volts per meter, which is below the original mill standard hardening spec. Okay, tested against a mill hardened facility, which was supposed to have been built to now the new higher level spec. Okay.
Electric field, which is right smack dab in the middle of the EMP energy spectrum.
Middle, typical EMP energy spectrum. Now that high end can be higher, more volts. And he's not even talking about for EMP super weapons, just a generic nuclear weapon EMP, okay?
And more importantly, this particular device punched through the Army's best shielded chamber with only 2 dB of attenuation. Now that chamber was rated at 120 dB, which is, it's a logarithmic scale, so basically nothing should get out. And we got out with only a minor loss of power. Now, this is a real serious problem, because if I can build a system, this cost me about $20,000 to build. If I can build a system like this, so can anyone else.
There you go, including terrorists. So you don't have to just worry about the stuff flying overhead. It could be coming in the back of a truck. GMC cargo vans. It ain't the van, it's what's inside. But yeah, that would be the equivalent of the wanting to ban nugs, right? You know, and never mind the people. Oh my gosh, maybe I should go into that just a little bit. Yeah, I am. I'm going to talk that just a little bit tonight. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys. Anyway, you had to see that. All right, this is the test 184 that was done over Kazakhstan, you see? And here you go. Test 184 is that knocked out a 1,000-kilometer, 600-mile underground power running from Astana, which back then was called Akmola, however they say that. Now the capital of Kazakhstan, toward the city of Almaty. I don't know how you say that, but anyway, even there were fires reported. The city of Karaganda, the EMP started a fire in the city's electrical power plant, which was connected to a long underground power line. So there you go. The shielded cable, yes, shielded. This cable was shielded. The shielded cable was buried 3 feet underground. It was shielded and buried underground, and it still got hit and burned up and caused a fire in the power station. Now, if you look at this diagram here, there's no major high voltage transformers. They probably didn't have, Kazakhstan was backward as all get out in 1982. They didn't have much of anything. There was hardly no infrastructure there. It was a desert, and it took out, this shows 2 above ground power lines, comm lines, in addition to that, guys. And they're talking about it hitting radio stations, burning out safety devices. There's your underground line there. So it took out a lot of different stuff here in Kazakhstan, out in the middle of a desert, basically, far away from anything else, in an area that had very, very little infrastructure at all. So if you got any doubts about this stuff, the real test in the real world says it happens. And this was back in the days when when the electronics was, vacuum tubes and, contacts and mechanical relays, which was nothing. That stuff is resilient to this kind of stuff, typically. But for anybody, long antenna, you're right, Marvin, fun time, absolutely. So that would be the E3 component of the signal. So guys, take this serious. This is no joke. Some people are trying to dismiss EMP as a threat. If you're not taking it serious, you're not paying attention. And I'll just put it straight to you. And if you believe that some little bitty chintzy box has got you covered, that's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Shielded wires were even buried. Yes, sir, Billy the Kid. Also, they're finding undersea cables are vulnerable, guys. You know what? Before we get into this, I'm going to come back here and talk. Let's stop the share for a second, and we're going to change topics for a minute. Guys, other weapons? The Sarbama torpedo. I mean, it's the Poseidon torpedo. Well, it's not a Sarbama torpedo, but it's designed to be capable of carrying the Sarbama. Now, they've talked about carrying 2 megaton nukes. A 2 megaton nuke could, as a tsunami generator, could take out an entire port, or perhaps a fleet at sea, like a U.S. aircraft carrier group, especially if they're not spaced way apart. They're usually not far enough apart to, at least in the photographs, to be able to accommodate this kind of an attack. Thank you, New Days. Appreciate that. But the 100 megaton Sarbama, all right, it wouldn't be a single weapon, but 3 of those would effectively take the United States out. One on the West Coast, one on the East Coast, and one on the South. We're talking about a tsunami 1,200 feet high, which would go way inland. Now, to make it even worse, they cobalt salt this thing. This is unimaginable. This is crazy. It's insane to cobalt salt a nuke. In the atmosphere, the weapon this size, cobalt salt, and put enough cobalt up. Guys, civil defense books used to describe the Doomsday device, which could wipe out all humanity, as being a cobalt salted 50 megaton half Sir bomber, like they tested back in 60s, early 60s, 62, I believe, 61, 62. Yeah, a half Sir bomber. Set off in the atmosphere, radiation worldwide. That's it. That's kind of what they were talking about in the movie Dr. Strangelove. You know, that was the Doomsday device that was hidden. Well, actually, now there is actually a real Doomsday device. It's not that we know of. It could be. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to show in his article. He was saying that Petrushka was saying that, hey, even if you hit us with a first strike, we're still going to win. The reason is this retribution stuff. That one is the dead hand switch, and that's what I was going to mention next. The dead hand switch is got logic that if they lose signal to Moscow, and if there's a major radiation or explosion, that it's supposed to launch everything in a Russian arsenal. It's going to launch a rocket that's going to send a command in case all their comm systems are out. And that rocket is going to send a command to everything to launch. That's called the dead hand switch. It wouldn't be far enough apart. What's that, Lee? So there you go, Mr. Floyd. Yeah, I don't want to name it per se, but they know what I'm talking about. They're probably going to try to sue me. To heck with them. Yeah, I'll eat their lunch. So what can we do, Greg? Well, living along the coast in a time of war might not be what you want to do. You don't want to live along the coast in a time of war in case it's the Poseidon nuclear submarine torpedo. The whole thing is like an ATV submarine. Now, like I said, if they could set off 3 of them, they could take out entire coastal areas of the United States with a radioactive tsunami, which is going to leave the shoreline radioactive for a long time, generations. Cobalt-60 is going to last a while. What's going to do the oceans? I mean, this might destroy the world. I mean, is the oceans going to be able to have enough plankton to make the air? Maybe they'd only do it in one ocean for that reason. Maybe they would only take out like the East Coast, take out Washington, D.C. and New York. I don't know. But, you know, I'm giving these guys too much credit, assuming that they got enough sense not to take out all the coast and destroy all the ocean life. You know, I don't know how well the oceans are huge. They're typically resilient, but a 100 megaton cobalt salted device, I don't know, guys. It's not a pretty idea. Duck and cover. Well, you ain't going to have to duck because it's not in the atmosphere if it's in the ocean. If you got a tsunami wave coming at you, ducking and covering ain't going to mean anything because you're going to get hit and washed away. You got to be outrunning a wave like that. It's coming too fast. If you're a long way off and get a head start, yeah, you might outrun it. That's your only hope, but it's going to go far inland. The problem is, you know, what makes the United States great geographically is we got this huge river in the center of this country. It connects all the bread baskets, east and west, a long way inland to a port that we can go out to the ocean and take all kind of minerals, mining, manufacturing, and agricultural goods out. And we can bring other things in the same way. We got a huge trade conduit, natural low energy trade conduit, that great great waterways inside our continent. And then we got the coastal ones around the rest of the shores. And then we got all the cities out. Most of our population lives on the shores, including our command and control center, except for maybe Cheyenne Mountain, which would probably be specially targeted, but in our missile fields. So, guys, that's just it. The outer rim of the United States, and they've referred to this Poseidon bomb or torpedo as a revenge weapon also. Now, they might use it as a preemptive weapon, that and EMP. Think about the EMP. They might do it on a day the sun's about to throw out a big solar flare or a coronal hole. You might think that we got hit by the sun. How would you? You wouldn't know. These things going up way up in space. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. They're doing it in the daytime. You wouldn't even see it. Or your nose lights out. You wouldn't know what hit. Maybe EMP and the Sir bombers together. Guys, that's game over for the United States. That's game over for a long time in terms of the access to the coastal areas. Let's hope and pray that don't ever happen. We got to hope and pray that never, ever has surfing a nuclear tidal wave. Woo, be the last one you surfed. Yeah, that would be a heck of a surf. No kidding. How far inland would the wave like that travel? Well, it depends on a lot of factors. How far off it's set. And it's going to depend. You got inverse square law, and it's going to radiate out. But the problem is, you also got to look at most areas that are over 500 foot above sea level. By the time it gets to them, it's not going to hit them. That's why I've told you guys for a long time. If you can be above 500 feet above sea level, you're a lot better off. Unless you're right up on the coast. You're right up on the coast now. You need to be, if you're 100 miles out from the coast and 500 feet above sea level, or if you're far enough away from the epicenter of where they set this thing off, you might be okay. But they're going to stand off from shore. This will stand off. It's not going to come right up on shore and stuff. It's going to stand off from shore a good distance so it can radiate out and they can take out a whole coastline with a sort of bomb. That's the bad thing about it. But they're also taking out an ocean. Pretty much. I mean, think about the mammals. Think about how our sonar and testing and things like that are just killing whales and dolphins and stuff like that. They're sonar animals. I mean, this will blow their eardrums out. They will be lost. They won't be able to communicate, find food. We've had whales washing ashore in great pain, dying after some of these experiments. Hey, Mr. Green Jeans, appreciate that. EMP combined with strategic strike. Yeah, that could be true too. They could come in and strike all of our with missiles like the Sarmat 2, the Satan 2, Sarmat or Satan 2. They could take, that's got about 10 tons of throw weight. It couldn't carry a Sarbama on it because the Sarbama is like 27 metric tons, and it's got a 10-ton throw weight. It couldn't quite do a half Sarbama even, thankfully. But they claim, they could put 2 megaton warheads on it, the smaller ones, the 800 kiloton warheads or something like that, similar MX missile warheads. But they could really propagate a big area with all the MIRV vehicles. MIRV is multiple independent reentry vehicles. That's what MIRV stands for. They could take out a lot of area with those, but what they would be hammering first would be our missile fields, our strategic fields, not necessarily population center. I mean, they may later come for populations. A smaller nuclear power like Korea, if they deemed they didn't have enough missiles to take out the missile fields or strategic targets, they might go for a city. They might go for some of the big cities, especially like on the West Coast, the easier targets for them to hit. But will they go for a city or not? After an EMP, the cities are going to be no place to be. It's going to be zombies eating each other. I hate to tell you, but if you're in a city, you're in a bad spot. Your chances of survival are very small. I mean, everybody is going to have a big challenge surviving. The best preppers will have a big challenge. Hey, Wiseau, how are you doing? Yeah, well, you know what, Wiseau, we're going to have to talk about survival tribes here in a minute. You can share the link to it. Especially considering the way I twisted my knee. I was wishing I had somebody here last night. Holy smoke. I went down in great pain. So, guys, these are the things you need to know. There's several, the Sarmat missile is scary because it could also launch it underneath the South Pole. We're looking at stuff over the North Pole. We wouldn't necessarily see it coming. It's the most powerful. Well, now, of course, North Korea is claiming they got a more powerful launcher. So, and now we see that North Korea is parading more missiles than we got interceptors at Fort Greely and at Vandenberg. Most interceptors that we designed against our system are at Fort Greely. Texas Cycle Billy, hey, y'all. So there you go, Survival Tribe Network. Yeah, we need to come back to that, guys, because yes, what to do. Form groups for one, because lone survivors aren't going to do well by themselves. I got to emphasize that a bunch of times, guys. So let me come in here and go back into share, guys. Yeah, it's not where I want to be. Lolly. We got to come back in here and talk. We're going to change topics here a little bit. We've got some social rot in America that's affecting us and causing a lot of mass bang-bangs, to put it. Keep your bones warm, great. Yo, I'm about trying to break them, I think. I twisted my knee. Guys, I'll tell you this, Dan. Yeah. That's why you better be joining the Survival Tribe Network. We got 154 in the room, and we started at 2 o'clock in the morning. Wow. I don't need to be on here too long, so I don't want to go too long with this, guys. Yeah. Oop, that ain't what I want to hit. That's what I want to hit. Wrong button. Loudy dowdy. I'm going to fire myself. All right, guys. Let's talk about this incident in Nashville. I probably should do a whole video on this. There's so many things I could do a whole video on. It's not funny. Random prepper, we got this. Good. We all live in a yellow submarine with an EMP. Russia's still scared. There you go, Anton. Well, there's a lot to be concerned about. It's coming to us like a freight train. Yeah, Wiesel, that's what we got to be careful of. And it's kind of like we're in a tunnel. We're in a node in a tunnel where several tracks come together and they're all coming at us at once. And you got to figure out which light is the way out of the tunnel, which ones are the trains. And there's several coming. Tennessee, yes, Tennessee. So there was this attack. Well, what's it turn out? This is a common denominator in so many. Think about the guy, Sandy Hook. Think about the guy in Aurora, that cartoon character who wanted to be the Joker. He thought he was the Joker. Well, this little lady didn't think she was a lady. She had other things in mind. But see, the thing is this, she was being treated for what? An unspecified emotional disorder. Whoa, she was seeing a psychologist of some type. Was she drugged? One of the common denominators is psychotropic drugs. And you got to wonder if you get somebody who's not exactly don't exactly fit in with most of society and are going to see these people, are they getting like coached or something? I really wonder, guys. This is really odd. And this is such a common denominator. Yeah, she had all these things. This, well, she built up her arsenal despite having all this stuff. Her family says, we didn't know she had all that. I don't know, guys. I'm not saying it's this, that, or I am not saying. I'm just saying, it makes one want to pause and think and wonder what is going on. Better Nashville than Memphis. Yeah, Memphis has got a lot of problems too. Now, I ain't nowhere good. I mean, this is horrible, guys. There's no way around it. This is a horrible event. This yeah, maybe. Your vet said always the sooner you get eyes. I put some ice on it last night, a windy one. I did put some ice on it last night. So yeah, I don't know, Blue Moon, maybe. Yep, she was able to get a bang in spite of all that. You got to wonder, there's things in place to stop that. You got to really wonder what's going on here. I mean, what about this guy in Aurora? That suicide by cop might be, but it's a dang shame she took out kids. Yeah, I want to see her manifesto. Me too. What was on that manifesto? I'd like to see that. Why are they hiding it from us? Guys, yeah, she had a manifesto. We're told that, but what was in it? Maybe she hated society. Why take it out on little kids? Well, she had another target, but it had security. See, these are always wusses in the end. So, they don't want to go up against a high security target. So that's part of the answer is put security in the schools. Arm the teachers, for Pete's sake. This didn't happen when I was a kid going to school, but we all carried to school back in the day. Yeah, we had nugs at the school. Nothing ever happened. Nothing. It just didn't happen back then. Wrong pronoun, went by male pronoun. Yeah. You know what? I only know 3 pronouns with respect to gender. It's either okay. I can think 5. Okay, he, she, her, him, or it. That side of that. What are they? I don't know. Are there some new pronouns? Y'all need to educate me. I'm an old guy. Is there some new pronouns I don't know about? I hear there's 50 different genders is what they claim. I don't know if I can keep up with 50 pronouns. Or is that 50 plus the 5 I just mentioned? So it'd be 55 pronouns. Holy what? And then how would you distinguish one from the other? Standalone. The industrial complex is out in the book. There you go. There you go, Stan. Ooh. So yeah, I don't know, guys. That's sad. Anybody that take out kids is sick. I mean, extremely sick. There's no excuse for that. That is horrible. Yeah, really, Adlaw. Yeah. New Days. I went to a double funeral of one of my best friends and co-workers and his wife, who were offed by their son, who was taking Ritalin. Yes, sir. that was the saddest funeral I ever went to because it was so unneeded, so unnecessary, so tragic. And this guy, this kid who I knew when he was a little kid, not only did he off his parents, I'm trying not to say the trigger words here, but he sliced, oh man, this will never be monetized. He did unspeakable things to his brothers and sisters. Only one sister escaped, and that was one dad had just taken to dance school. When he got back and found his wife being under attack, he tried to defend, and they both lost it. And there was no nugs involved. It was kitchen knives and a hatchet. Kitchen knives mostly. Kitchen knives. Sad. I mean, this is just sad. The psychotropic drugs, which they peddle like candy in our school systems, are horrible. So, here's what I want to say about it, guys. The psychotropic drugs that our school systems peddle, they get rewards, I'm hearing, cash for claiming kids need this stuff. So they don't have to do their job and discipline little Johnny because he's bad, because little Johnny's parents might send him. Well, somebody would take little Johnny's parents out and whip them if their kid's that bad in school. That's what I believe. That's what I thought when I was in school. This started back even when I was in school. I remember this kid who was a real bully in school. I mean, he was a really bully. Like to beat on people all the time. Just bam, bam, beat the crap out of other people. Oh, yeah. Well, principal paddled it. So he's beating everybody else up. Oh, he got a paddle, which wouldn't hurt him on the fatty tissues of his underside. Well, his parents come in. Oh, my little Johnny won't hurt nobody. We're going to see you if you did it again. So the principal backed off. And this kid comes out into the restaurant with a bunch of guys. And he's laughing about it. Oh, they can't do nothing to me. My parents come in and threaten something. Then he turned around in the hall and slugged the devil out of another kid. And okay, I know what needs to happen. Your parents need to be horsewhipped. Yeah. I'm going to get channeled banned over this. But guys, all these parents who are so worried about their little Johnny misbehaving have caused a system where the schools drug, well, that and Big Pharma, who loves this, they love it, who are drugging the crap out of our kids and destroying their minds, their freedom, and their spirit. I got a brilliant young daughter. She's an adult now, a programmer, very creative child, mixed race. Her mom's from Kenya. Brilliant, beautiful, a lot of spirit in her. When she was in first grade, they wanted to give that to her. And I said, not no, but no, no way. Mama didn't understand all sorts of. She might have went along with it. But no, you ain't doing that, my kid. No way. I got to wonder, what would my kid be today had I not stood up? What would she be today? I don't think she'd have the spirit, the soul that she's got today, because I think that takes the fire out of your soul. I think it messes up your mind. I would not agree to that. I'm so proud that I did not agree to that. And so many parents, they get bullied by the schools into accepting this. Oh, you got to do. No, you don't. How about, Miss Teacher, you doing your job and lighting somebody's behind up if they need it? And for these parents that don't want to have their kids' behinds light up, take them out of school. Those parents got the worst kids I ever saw. I've seen a lot of times where this has happened. A lot of kids like that, these parents like that. Their kids were unruly and nuts. If y'all don't agree with that, you can give me a thumbs down. Tell me in the chat why you don't like it. I know a lot of people ain't going to like what I'm saying. It's the truth. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Man, I had my behind lit up 100,000 times probably. I mean, lit up good. It built character. Didn't hurt me one bit. And I ain't got nothing against anybody who lit my rear end up. The people who won't stand for it, now I got something against them. But the ones that lit my rear end up, I ain't psychologically damaged because I got my rear end spanked. Well, I was in the wrong. Kids get unruly. They test things. They push things. Sometimes they need an attitude adjustment. And I was in that category. Now there was one principal that went overboard and paddled me when I shouldn't have been paddled. I've had that happen to me. I was discriminated against for a while. But you know what? I got over it. I survived it. You know, you got to be tough in the world. You know, all this, the heck with that. Be tough. You know, the kids will survive it, man. Juanita's Georgia, Florida homestead. And I agree. There you go. That's your role. Arm the teachers. Yeah. I was hyperactive when I was a kid. My parents make a play outside. There you go. Burn it off. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Keeping nurse prepper. That's what they need. The kids are sitting there with a lot of energy in their system. I mean, they're kids. The mitochondria are pumping out energy. They're jumping. They need something to do. Yeah, we put them in the classroom. We don't even let them go out and play like we used to. You know, we're that's a prison to a kid. Being put on a desk and say, you got to sit here for all these hours. While you're here, write this stuff over and over and over and over and over. I will learn more. 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 I will learn. That is mind rote punishment. Even the whole way they teach in schools, that rote memorization stuff. Woo! I hated that. I hated it. Well, I hated it bad. Man, I was a rebel when I was in school at like second grade because I did not like the way they were teaching. It's just like, what am I getting out of this? Why am I here? Why are they doing this to me? What is this? I thought it was horrible. And so that's, the problem is the schools don't know how to accommodate this. So their answer is drug everybody. I'm glad I didn't get drugged. I'm glad I didn't have, I probably wouldn't even be on YouTube. I might be, I'd probably, I don't know. I wouldn't do nothing at all. I'd just be some flower growing weeds. I don't know. That would be me probably. And I don't know what I'd be. I'd do nothing. And I'd be happy. Yeah. I'd be a big fan of Klaus Schwab. I'd own nothing and I'd be happy. Yeah. That's how they're going to make everybody own nothing, be happy. They're going to drug them all. Yeah. Because obviously some of these guys out here who want to stand up and talk about freedom, they must be crazy. They need to be drugged. Yeah. I hope y'all don't buy that. I was being facetious. Holy smoke, guys. Woo. All right. See, the redneck prepper awesome. What a boot. All right. Let's see. Bengals. Most memorable mistakes were learned by picking up your own switches. Woo. Oh, and I got the bright idea with him. Yeah, I'll break these. And I won't get spanked. Woo. No. Bad move. My mama lit me up like a Christmas tree. Now, he spanked me more than anybody, my own mama, and I love her to death. Okay, she's gone, but I still love her. I miss her. One time I was never had a gym or a playground. Time was K5. Was if it was storming. Like, man, okay, yeah, storming. Well, yeah, they're constraining the kids. Well, we don't have enough money for recess. I'm gonna tell you something. All these schools claim they don't have money. Let me tell you something. Alabama has the lowest property tax in the United States of America. Right here, Alabama. Oh, yeah, I don't have an education, blah, blah, blah. Y'all kids go to school in an outhouse, blah, blah, blah. If you drive around this county, you're going to find huge cathedral, brand new schools everywhere. Oh, yeah. Schools pop up like crazy. You drive around here, there's brand new, ginormous schools everywhere. Huge, colossus, cathedral schools. Brand spanking new all over the place with the lowest property tax in the union. What that tells you, all you other states, you're being robbed. Your schools have too many administrators, too much overhead, too much fluff. And the more you tax, we got to have more taxes so we can do more schools. Yeah, the more they do that, they're just raking your money in. That's all they're doing. They're robbing you. So if you think you're getting something from that, yeah, go buy an MP shield. Buy two. What is the sales tax in Alabama? I think it's like 6%, but you go to some of the, some cities like Madison, Huntsville, it's 9%. It depends on the city. County might be even as low as 5 or 6. Depends on what the arrangements are in different communities. Feed's not taxed. I think plants for garden is not taxed. Groceries are, but they're talking about getting rid of the grocery tax. I've been in Alabama. I actually enjoyed myself while I was there. There you go, Marvin. Alabama's not a bad place. You know, some people think it is, and let them keep thinking that so they'll stay out of here. We're just a bunch of hillbillies, a bunch of hicks. We sit on a rocking chair drinking our moonshine and playing our banjos. Ain't nothing wrong with that, by the way. Nothing. All right, guys. So we ain't got enough to worry about. Kim Jong-un threatens nuclear use anytime as U.S. carriers arrive in Korea. Okay, we got this guy is, he's a big fan of cartoon characters. I don't know, maybe he lives in alternate reality. That's what you got to worry about with some of these little tin-horn dictators. His dad was a nut job. And so I don't know, guys. This is, this country's dangerous. They are dangerous. They're more dangerous because they're unpredictable. I'd say they're more dangerous than Russia or China. But their total danger might not be as big, but they've got a lot of stuff, guys. I think Arkansas was going to drop the property tax. That would be cool. That would be cool. All right. Of course, China's just been saying, hey, you Americans, you come to South China Sea, don't be doing it anymore. We're going to get you. We're going to stop you. So we decided to put more ships going to South China Sea. Whoa, well, we're pushing the board, guys. Here we are. Come on, don't close on me. Open. There we go. I was afraid it's going to die on me when I hit it. Survival Tribe Network. Now, let me tell you a story about a man named Greg. Fell out of his Michael Green's trailer and nearly broke his leg. Guys, last night, my knee has been hurting me, guys. You need to come here. Survivaltribenetwork.org. No, .com. Survivaltribenetwork.com. My other thing is .org. Survivaltribenetwork.com. Come here and check it out. You need to join. Because, if you're out there by yourself, something happens, you're just SOL. Guys, I was stepping in. My right knee had started hurting a few days ago. I don't know why. It was hurting. But, I was kind of limping around on it. But when I stepped out of I'm watching your MP. So there you go. Watch my videos on that stuff. That's where you're going to get a good education. That's good. Glad you're doing that, wheelchair user. So, guys, sure, man. Putin's becoming a little rocket man. There you go. So, guys, here's the thing to think about. I stepped out of the Michael Green's trailer last night, and I made a little hole. There's some maple roots around there. I just didn't step right, and my knee twisted, and I went down. Oh, I was pain. I heard it pop, and I went down hard. Larry, I laugh at him. If you don't understand what that means, got a link for what, Redneck Prepper? I went down, guys. My knee was killing me. And I'm just at that point, I'm not knowing if I'm going to be able to get anywhere. I'm saying, here I am. I've got a cell phone. I might have to call my daughter or somebody. I don't know if anybody's going to come. Can I even get a hold of them? It was like 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, something like that. And I'm in pain. I'm holding my knee going, ah. So my worker didn't show up last night, so that's why I wasn't there doing it. So I was able to kind of get up on one leg, and you got to use the other leg a little bit, but I got to a table real quick. There's a table out there. I walked around the table. I got to my Moby Dick big long van, cargo van. I was able to put hands on it. I got around almost to my Cherry van, what I call Cherry, and I got over to it. And then I drove it backwards, close to my door, and I hobbled, putting hands on stuff, got to my back door, and I had the crutch in the back door. That crutch is over there. Crutch, I got it. Truth and Consequences, New Mexico, by the way. But here's another thing I used to walk around. One of you gave me this years ago. What's his name? What was his name? Now I'm getting brain locked. The guy died. He's one of our big followers for a long time, always in the chat room. As long as he was alive, he died. Somebody help me out. Yes, sir. Thank you, Greg, for showing your wisdom. Thank you. So, guys, here's the thing. I could have been in worse shape. These things can happen to you in a split second. You're out by yourself as a prepper. You're down. If it's really going bad and there's roving gangs around, somebody want to come around, they can take advantage of it in a time like that. Or maybe you just don't make it that back. You know, this is why we need our survival tribe network. You need people to have your back, especially when you're down and out. We all have our ups and downs. Even the best of us can catch the flu and just be knocked down flat, and you're not going to be the best in the West with that spit wad, So, and if you are the best in the West with spit wad, there are times you ain't going to be. There's times that you're going to be off your game, or maybe you can't handle the full onslaught of what's coming by yourself. If you're by yourself, you're more of a target. Oh yeah, it's just one guy. Easy. If you got a network of people, they're going to go for the low-hanging fruit, the easy prey. The tougher you are, the less they're going to come after you. And who all may be coming after you? Well, if the grid goes down, there'll be a lot of hungry people, especially pouring out of them cities. And they're going to go through all the critters out there to eat lickety-split. So they're going to be, the only thing left to eat is going to be the long pork. They're going to be looking for you, not your preps. They're going to be looking for you. That's what you got to think about. That's a lot of what's going to be happening. Was it North Shore? No, it wasn't North Shore. It wasn't North Shore. This is hard. He wasn't a prepper. He didn't have his own channel, but he was a regular in here. It'll come to me later. Nice guy. His wife wrote me and told me he'd passed away. How much he appreciated the channel. He was in here a lot. Great, Greg. You got comms, ham. There you go. I got some radios, but I don't have the long range ones. That's one of the things I got to do. I'm an electrical engineer. I actually did microwave communications in the National Guard. I should get that. I wouldn't even have to study for the test. I'll probably just pass it right off the bat. But it's just one more thing to do. So many one more things to do. Nobody's perfectly prepped. There's no perfect prepper. We've all got holes and chinks in our armor. But that's another reason to have communities, because you can mutually reinforce yourself. If there's some, you got a weakness, it might be somebody else's strength. You see what I'm saying? But you got to form groups and people are willing to work. There's a lot of freeloaders out there that just want to join a group to ride. You need to assess everybody. Don't take freeloaders in. And if you are a freeloader, you need to go look in the mirror and self-evaluate yourself and think about what you can honestly contribute to another group or tribe. You need to be a positive addition to that tribe, not just a leech hanging on, sucking it dry. Everybody's got to work together, because time like that, you can't survive that kind of stuff. Everybody's got to pull together. A chain's only as strong as its weakest link. Don't be the weak link. Don't be the weak link in the chain. Now, the best thing about us old guys is we do get where we're all cobbled up. It's the wisdom. We better have enough wisdom to make the younger ones think we're worth keeping around. Maybe while we're sitting there, we can nap some flint or something, make some fires. There's some useful skill, but wisdom too. You better bring something to the table. That's what I'm saying, guys. If you don't have skills to bring to the table, go out and start learning them. Watch my videos on wild edibles. Maybe one of these days I'll be doing a bunch of bushcraft videos. Gardening, guys. Gardening's a great skill. You don't depend on others to prep for you. No, that's right. That's right. But that's not the purpose of a tribe. It's not looking for others to prep for you. It's to be able to reinforce each other as preppers. All of you being preppers who are trying to take care of yourselves. Praying for your knee. Well, thank you, Anita. Appreciate that. You says, I went long wolfing after being on Docker and on running my finger into a chop saw. Oh yeah. Ooh. Yeah. See, that's the stuff that can happen. Then what are you gonna do? Especially if you cut a major artery. Chainsaw, slip, whoop, hit that artery in the leg, and suddenly you got blood gushing everywhere. Whoo. Yeah, you could be out in no time. Distilling's another good. Yeah, distilling. Weakest link is a man who brings up the rear. All right, it was Damon. What was the demon you knew? Oh, that what you ran into? So was it a girl? Yeah. You're talking about the bang bang person in Nashville? Yes. It was, well, it was a girl who thought she was a man. It was a, oh, maybe I should rephrase it. That might be a problematic thing to say. So it was a transgender individual, and the article said who was assigned to be a female at birth. Assigned. Who assigned it? That was the way she. What's wrong with saying it was born a female? Is that wrong to say now? Assigned female at birth. Assigned. It's like a doctor sitting there with some little notepad. Okay, you're a girl. Okay, you're a boy. Okay, you're a boy. You're a girl. Run them through the procedure to make sure that they're set. You know, I don't know. Our language has got so tribe equal team. There you go. Exactly. Together, everyone achieves more. Yeah, the whole idea is the sum of the parts is greater than the sum of the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. I mean, together you accomplish more than what each individual could do by themselves. That's how an organization runs. By the way, mostly the old engines work on wood gas. There you go. Bingo. Ghost in a machine. Dutch Duty says, I knew someone up when I was TBI. They said they were involved. Oh, yeah. We got to be careful what we sell here, guys. If you're a couple with small kids and one parent gets sick, it's too much. So many reasons you need a community. Yeah, you need communities, guys. Psychochemical warfare involves the use of psychopharmacological agents. Yeah, well, they're throwing those at us. Yeah, the psychotropic drugs, man, are coming at us left and right. All right, let's might look at a couple other things here. Let me come back in the share screen. Ding, 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 ding. I have to come out just to talk to y'all face to face here. Survival Tribe Network, guys. Really interested. Come here and join if you're not joined already. If you are in it, go searching for people near you and start contacting them. Start forming your own tribes. This is a grassroots, you do it kind of organization. It's up to you, man. But you got the resources there. And here's another resource, Freedom Restoration Foundation. This is where you can take things on in the world of political action to make things happen. And it does work. I've had quite a bit of success with this kind of stuff in the past. So I need a volunteer to come in here and redo our alerts. All those old need to be taken out. We need to add some new ones. This tells you how to find bills that are going through the Congress, your states, how to track them, how to locate your legislators, your congressmen, including state and federal, your senators. Tells you how to call them. Tells you how to, what to say, what to write. And there's all those links again, guys. Some of the things that we hold near and dear. All right. Get the picture. I hope. What is this? Just back though. Oh yeah, it's him again. I think I've already been through these articles. Okay. Enough said for that. Come here and check out my Silverhead News on Rumble. Got one on YouTube. Load. I did cover some stuff I wouldn't cover here, especially on Rumble. I've got some other channels you can check out. We're about to call it a night, guys. We're going to go Galactic Greg's, Serenity Soothing Sounds. Check out my other channels. Subscribe to them. I need some subscribers on some of these other channels, guys. Product Papas. All right, guys. See my Craftsman shop heater. Yeah, I got almost 1,000 views on that one. That's one of my most popular videos over here. And I kind of burn it. Oh, it's a piece of garbage. I did a tool runoff between 3 different impact drills there. That's the most popular one right there. Craftsman shop heater fail. Yeah, I'm not big fan of some Craftsman stuff these days. I'll do more videos on all these channels in time. I've been really busy lately, guys. I just updated my resume. Been asked to do that, and it's just good to use for a couple of different things. I know I'm kind of in a tight situation with my job, trying to figure out, is there any way I can keep this place here, or I need to sell it? Because I'm in a tight situation, but there's some prospects, there's some interesting prospects out there right now. So, if I'm gonna hold on to this place here, I got to find the right people to run it for me, and it's got to make enough money to make up for what I pay out here to keep it, and what I would have if I sold it to pay off my debts. It's got to make some money. If it don't, it's got to go. That's all there is to it. I have cabbage and kale growing in pots right now. Very good. Very good. Watch your six. Amen to that. Watch your six. And it's better if you got somebody else helping you watch your six and you watching theirs. I told the story in one of my tribe videos about my best friend and I walking into a well house full of wasp nests. And we each had a little piece of rubber hose in our hands, and how we fought off all those wasps and didn't get a sting. I'll retell that, but not tonight. That's a good hint at it, okay? The power of having somebody's back, and knowing somebody's got your back, especially when you know each other and trust each other for that, it's unbelievable. It really is. Dutch studio, yep, absolutely. Running kids now, coddled. There you go. Too coddled. Amen. Too coddled. When I was a kid, we got outdoors and ran around, and we would do stuff, we weren't getting spanked, was probably spanking ourselves doing crazy stuff, like, trying to jump dirt piles on bicycles, like was Evil Knievel. Trying to jump stuff. Me out running through the woods with my homemade, that I built Hawkins Nug, trying to jump a creek fully outfitted. How much absence did you get from the absence on the bird flu video? How much? Oh, AdSense. You know what? I spent days putting that together, days and days. Let me go check it. See what it says. I gotta go pull up my channel. Hang on, guys. Go to my back door. Yeah, it ain't gonna be. My time spent on it ain't gonna be much. Let's see. Ding 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 ding. Takes me a minute to get over. I gotta go to YouTube Studio. And man, how come I only got? I've lost a bunch of subscribers lately. Why? Bunch. Just like I've been growing for a while, and all at once I started losing subscribers. There it is. Let's see what it says here. Oh, guys, I spent about 4 solid days on that video. I got 83, 85 other videos I've spliced into it. I spent an enormous amount of time on that video. I made a whopping $19.53, 19 and a half. A whopping $19.53. Woo-wee. It's just got 4 views in the last 48 hours, though. But now, see, I did this video about 10, 11 days ago. Yes, sir. 10 days and 8 hours ago when I did that video. And the AdSense has earned me, 1953. Yeah, that's not much, guys. That's why I really wanted people watching that. It's something, but the viewership was down on it quite a bit. They only got 1,700 views. Well, actually, let's see. 1,718 views. So it didn't get as many views now, which is really a puzzlement considering all the time and effort I put into it. And it's got beautiful graphics and videos, and it's just constant. I talk it first, straight to you, and then we go into a lot of videos, and I share some articles. Maybe it's just a little too long. I don't know, guys, but I've done longer videos. It's done better many times. I don't know what it is. What do y'all think? BB gun wars. Yeah, we used to throw rocks at each other. Shoot, sure enough. It's wonder we survived growing up. We made sleds and slid down pine straw hills. Hey, yeah, there's a cliff where I grew up. We used to slide down on our britches. Sometimes we made sleds out of tin and went down it. It was like 90 foot high. We'd go down. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. We didn't have airsoft when I was a kid. All righty, let me get out of this, and we got to call it a night. It is 3:18. We've been going over an hour. I wanted to make this a quick video. We didn't succeed with that. Good luck with your knee. If it's cross craves, stay careful. I don't know what that means. What's loose is always, oh, I don't know what that is. Cross craves. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. I had my meniscus on my other knee trimmed. I don't know. I'm going for an MRI Thursday, so hopefully they'll be able to see what is bothering me there. It started before I fell. Hot wars and forts. There you go, Gail. Gail Firestorm. That's a good name, Firestorm. There we go. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. Shoot, we had a lot of fun doing stuff like that. It's a wonder we survived. Try throwing cow patties and cow pythons. Some of those cow patties weren't too fresh. Oh yeah. There's a guy here like, hey Matterman, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, we're about to go. Hey, altruistic, thank you. Appreciate that. I say that's what makes a live video worthwhile, is getting the super chats. Because for the time I spend here live, there's no AdSense, guys. There's no advertising. So this all the views I get here with live is no advertising. Sometimes they add up quite a bit in terms of total views. So all the super chats help a lot, especially when you're getting, teens of dollars. Some of my videos don't even do that well. It's crazy. All righty, guys. Let's see here. So I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody in the room, guys. Check out my other channels. The links are in the chat session here. Appreciate that. Check them out. Join them. There you go. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Look, with everything going on with what Russia's telling us, with what we got to worry about, you got to get your food in order. Go to prepwithgreg.com. See, I didn't even think of that. I was about to get out of here without giving any self-advertisement. So join my other websites. Yeah, go to prepwithgreg.com, guys. You get food that lasts 25 years, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, $200 off a 3-month supply. That's pretty awesome, guys. That's pretty awesome. Basically, you can get new knees or robotic gears. Well, I like to keep the ones I got as long as I can. My parents were so wild. Hey, Mr. C, thank you. Appreciate that, Mr. C. And you're awesome, man. That's crazy. Get in here, start a video at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I get all these people here. 168. That's pretty good for so late. Appreciate it, Captain Trips. All right, Mr. C, thank you. All right, guys. Once again, thank you all for the super chats. I appreciate it. Much love. Appreciate it. So I got a package from Brian Perendi. I got to open that on live one night. But right now on my knee, I don't want to take it downstairs. I'm a little stronger. I'll break it down, open it up in one of the chat sessions. It's always kind of like Christmas. Just see what's in the box. Now he sent some interesting stuff. Started a bunch of cabbages. There you go. And bok choys. That's good choices, Matterman. Hey, IB Rules. Thank you. Thank you, IB Rules. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. This video will probably get demonetized because I got close to the edge of the ice and some of my talking, Holy smoke. Who knows how to be rated. So guys, y'all are awesome. All of you. We're family, guys. Just keep that in mind. We're family. And y'all really made me know that lately. Y'all really helped out a lot. So I really feel it. I feel the love. I appreciate it. I really do. I mean, guys, I was getting depressed. I got hit with so many things. It was rough as a cob. When you get hit with so many things at once, it's just mind boggling. And you go, what is this all about? So if I can get the right people to work with me here, I might be able to pull it through and keep this place here. But if I can't, it's going to have to go, probably, most likely. I'm looking at relocating somewhere. There's more than one thing out there that's a possibility right now. But anyway, guys, we'll see what comes. We'll see what comes. Hey, Redneck Prepper. Wow, thank you. You rock. You rock. Thank you, Redneck Prepper. Hey, yeah, y'all helping out there. I appreciate it. Guys, y'all cheer me up. Now, see, I got more tonight in this video than I got on the my chicken video. On my video about bird flu. But the cool thing about the bird flu videos, I really explain why you can really, I'd expect to be able to keep, unless your chickens are all dying because they got it, which probably isn't going to happen. I talk about how to protect your chickens to avoid, but why you should be able to keep your chickens. This whole mess. Well, I'm really expensive. Well, you got to get rid of the backyard chickens are a hazard. That's bull. Boulder Dash. It's up to you, Redneck. There you go. Yeah, it's up to each other, guys. We got a bunch of cool people in the chat room here. Support each other. We're family. Jeffrey Franklin. Oh, yeah, Ace Lee. Ace Lee knows that. That's the guy that took his parents. Yes, Ace Lee. Ooh, I remember when I was just a little kid. I mean, like 10-year-old. No, younger than that, just a little kid. At our picnic at Grumman, when we were all working space station. His dad and I. His dad used to sit right next to me. Right next to me for years. His dad sat right next to me. That made national news. It was horrific. It made national news. Yeah, it was sad. Very sad. Very sad. Lowdy. Get rid of the birds. Never. There you go, Gil. There you go. Yeah, his dad was Jerry Franklin. I was a pallbearer at that funeral. And yeah, but shoot, I cried at that funeral more than I did anybody in my family. It was a tragedy of it. I mean, it hit me right here. I mean, it was like, oh my God, how? Tell us a story, Uncle Greg, please. Tell a story. Oh my God, it's late. Tell a story. Yikes. Let's see. Sure, I did tell a story about twisting my knee. New days, thank you. You think I need ice tonight too? I did put ice on last night. Yeah, I got to go to bed, guys. It's late. Wow, what story do you want to hear? Okay. You want a story? I'll tell you a prepping story. I'll tell you a story about me and my best friend as kids. My best friend growing up was Stephen Henson. We grew up on Sand Mountain. And one of our favorite little sports growing up was to mess with wasp nest. Definitely got more than that for this video, and I got the chicken video, the bird flu video. Y'all need to watch the bird flu videos. Got good information, a lot of good information. He tells good stories too. Okay, so Stephen Henson and I need to talk this again in a prepping video. I'm talking about survival tribes. This is what it pertains to. We'd like to mess with wasp, because wasps could sting. They were a worthy adversary. They were worthy because they could sting back, instead of just some little bug you can smash and do nothing. Oh no, wasp could get you back. So that made them very interesting. Plus, we were doing a public service by getting rid of the wasp nest. The only thing is we like to torture them for a few weeks before we did it. And if it's a small little nest, it wasn't worthy of taking out. It needed to be big before you took it out. So we would throw sand at them and stuff like that, just agitate them. Throw rocks, pebbles, sand, just agitate them for months. So those wasps would know us and hate us. And then eventually we'd hit them with water or something, spray bottles or something, kill them, knock them down, and then we go stomp them or something, when they're laying on the ground. But it'd always be a few flying around. You weren't careful, one would leave the nest and come back, pop you in the back of the head, because they were pretty smart, believe it or not. They were prepared for stuff like that. Such a cool man. Are you even married? Well, not right now. I've been. But anyway, it's been a while, 20 years almost. So the don't mean there's not prospects now. So anyway, so what happened is we had a well house. One year, this well house filled up with wasp nests. I mean, the whole ceiling and the walls were just covered with wasp nests. I had never seen so many wasp nests in my life. They filled up that well house inside. And oh my God, to us, that was just, wow, this is cool. It was like Beavis and Butthead. It was stupid. I mean, what we did, we should have been locked up and put straight jackets on us and thrown in a padded room. Stephen Henson and I each got a piece of well pipe. When we had a well pipe put in, a few years earlier, there was still some well pipe laying around, black well pipe. We each took a piece of this well pipe we had a section maybe 2.5 foot long, maybe 2 foot long. It wasn't no 3 foot. It was about that long. Each one had a section of well pipe. We got there was a spigot inside the well house. We had to go in the well house and turn the water on because that's where the hose spigot was. We got the hose spray nozzles. I had the spray nozzles for the hose, and we got in there back to back with these with these, and I'm covering both sides with the spray nozzle, make sure that he's the wasp on his side getting sprayed with water too. So we're in there spraying with water and swatting wasps and beating the nest. We're beating the nest, spraying the nest, and swatting the wasps. Wasps are trying to fly everywhere, and we're in there killing wasps back to back. We had each other's backs, and we both knew that both of us were expert wasp killers, and we had each other's back. We killed every single wasp in that well house, and neither one of us got a single sting on us. We didn't get stung one time. Neither one of us. We're lucky we didn't get covered up. We're lucky we didn't get so much that we could have died from that easily. Easily. That's what was insane. That could have killed us. You didn't get enough stings. There's been a few times I've had 20 stings on me, messing around with bumblebees, yellow jackets, but mostly bumblebees. I've got attacked pretty good by bumblebees a few times. There's been a few times I've had 20 stings. Yeah, that'll kick you pretty good, especially when you're a kid, like a teenager. But we weren't even teenagers when we did this. We were like 10, no, maybe 12. We were kids. Yeah, we were probably 12, something like that. We weren't over 12, 10 to 12, so we're in that range. We did that. The moral of the story, how would Mr. Campbell on Hee Haw said that, the stall of the Maury. He always said things backwards, like Rendersella. He shares Rendersella story. But anyway, yeah. Hey, Days, thank you. Can you tell us about your prospects, Uncle Greg? Job prospects? Anyway, so yeah, I got something that may be getting lined up in Florida. It's huge if that works out. Huge. So I don't know. It may pan out. We'll just have to see. I don't really want to go to Florida because it's not 500 feet above sea level. All this war stuff brewing, that's kind of scary me. But if it works, it's going to be crazy. Uncle Lee. Lee didn't stay here long, don't look like. Are you still here, Lee? I had a wasp get stuck in my front sandal strap. Oh, I've got stung by them pretty good. No doubt. I've got stung a few times. We weren't always successful when we were out, but we learned their tricks. We learned to look out and watch where they flew out to, because we needed to come. If they flew away from the nest while we're taking, they'd come back and get us from behind. Yeah, you learn their tricks. Well, one reason we did is because we got hit so many times when we were littler by wasp. We just kind of had it against them. Oh yeah, you stung us several times when we were little bitty kids. Now we're gonna get you back. Oh, wife prospects. Well, I don't have any wives right now. Yeah, I got some. Yeah, that's a little bit much to talk about, ain't it, new days? Anyway. Yeah, we got some potential romantic interest there. I don't know how personal we'll get it on the channel, but you know. Florida homestead, and Greg needs to rest and take care of his knee. Yep, we need to do that. Well, you days and I are kind of close. Let's put it that way. Kind of close. Now she's laughing. All right, guys. Worm business going to be okay? I don't know, Mr. C. Maybe. It depends if I stay here or not, but maybe still otherwise too. I'm trying to work up a deal where I can keep this place running if I leave it. Wife equals stability. See, my issue is I'm kind of, yeah, I'm a little stage fright there. Now we got 3 strikes. So yeah, I don't know. Don't know. GG, y'all weren't them famous Wasp killers, Tabor Road. No, I don't even know about Tabor Road. Oh no, I hadn't heard that one. Lee gonna make you cry. Why's Lee gonna make you cry? Not close enough. Got to get you out of Bama. Okay. That's it. Takes more than a couple of sightings to make things work. All right, we're getting too personal on this channel right now, guys. I gotta go. It's late. I gotta get up in the morning. I gotta get back at it here. I ain't got time to put no ice on my thing tonight. I gotta get in bed, and that takes me a little bit. It takes me a while to make a good ice pack. Use alcohol and water and washcloth. Man, I put ice in a stinking baggie and put it in a shopping bag. And that thing was falling off and getting everything wet. Soaked my bed, got my bed wet last night, and it was a mess. We all need worms. Ask my cats. Oh no. Oh, they'll cuss you out. Loudy, loudy. All right, John, good night. I could tell the story about last night trying to get ice. That was another one. I've had, yeah, some interesting little episodes lately. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you all for sharing the love. Thank you all for being so good tonight and being so generous. So I just appreciate it all. Appreciate it all. And just take care of yourselves. Always remember, keep your eyes wide open and head on the swivel, because like Wise Owl said, it's a train that's coming at us. The problem is there's more than one train coming at us in different directions. All right, new days. Y'all take care. Y'all take care. And with that, I'm going to say, put a Ziploc bag. I had a Ziploc, and it still was, oh, put it in the freezer. Well, thank you, Bill the Kid. So, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you very much. And with that, I'm going to say, Greg out.